Afternoon storms here. More of the same for tomorrow and Saturday. Cooler with showers on Sunday.
Oh, Robin.
All right, Sam, thanks very much. Now, Cindy McCain's first network interview since the presidential campaign. She has been quite busy since the election, thank you very much, making humanitarian trips to 3 different continents, most recently to Congo in Africa. And her op-ed about the dire situation there is in the Wall Street Journal today, and you really should read that. Mrs. McCain is here live for an exclusive interview with GMA to talk about her charity work and adjusting to life after the campaign trail. First of all, you look terrific.
Oh, thank
absolutely
you.
Wonderful and rested and all that.
It's amazing what sleep does, you know.
What's it like getting back to normal life?
Oh, it's wonderful. It really is. I was more than happy to go home and return to doing the humanitarian work, particularly that I do, but also to be with my children and just have a normal life. I love it.
You have a household to run.
I do. I have a household and I have kids and
lot to do.
I love it.
Speaking of your kids, Megan has really, I know how proud you are of her, being a very strong and provocative voice and really making people have to start thinking again. And then your mother-in-law is on Jay Leno last night. I want to play a little bit of what your mother-in-law had to say.
Good.
Okay, here she is.
Well, how about Rush Limbaugh? You're a fan of him?
I belong to the Republican Party, and then next Sunday I'm going to give a speech to the Republican Party in either Maryland or Virginia. What he thinks about or represents of the Republican Party has nothing to do with my side of it. I don't know what the man means. I don't know what he's talking about.
That's your mother-in-law.
She's wonderful, and like my daughter, I think that those 2 McCain women are very, very straight-talking and speak their minds, and I think they represent a part of the party that's just wonderful.
They're keeping the straight talk express going,
yes.
aren't they? And you are going as well. And as I said, the op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, it just catches you. It catches your heart because of your trip over to Congo. And you were saying that 250,000 people have been forced out of their homes. Why?
Well, there's militant groups and various factions that are fighting, and they wind up burning villages, pushing people out of their villages to other places. It's basically people are just moving continuously in that country. It's dreadful. Women are being raped, mutilated, children are being kidnapped and turned into child soldiers. This is a country that I had seen before, but when I returned, I was astounded at what I saw. It broke my heart.
Because you were there in '94, Rwanda, after genocide, of course. Any difference at all after all this time?
Oh, big difference. It's worse. It's worse than what it was then. You have a non-functioning, corrupt government. There's no infrastructure. These people are just barely surviving, and organizations like the group I was with, the World Food Program, are their sole source of existence. I mean, World Food not only provides food for 1 million in eastern Congo, but 3 million total, but more importantly, repatriating these child soldiers, helping women that have been raped and mutilated, children with HIV. I mean, when you see I watched a little child in a feeding center being weighed, 3-year-old child, and the little girl weighed 9 pounds. I mean, it just breaks your heart, and there's I don't see any end to it. The concentration's been on Darfur and other areas, and not to say that that's not important, but Congo is just forgotten.
Well, the World Food Program does incredible work.
Yes.
And you know, there are some people at home saying, you know, it's bad here in the U.S. and the times that we're going through right now. How do you speak to people to let them know still the importance of other continents, other countries?
Well, all of us globally, the one thing that we want, I think we can all agree on, is peace. Where there's hunger, there's no peace. And, you know, we certainly have areas that we suffer from hunger in the United States, but when you have an entire country that can't feed itself, that is also a rich, vibrant, has the possibility of being the breadbasket for Africa, and they can't do it. I mean, it's just mind-boggling to see it.
Well put, well put. And you're starting a new charity yourself?
Yes.
What is it?
Well, Cause Greater is the name of it, and it's basically what it is I'm going to enable people to be able to come to my website and if you want to give time or money in whatever area, you'll be able to find it on my website. But each of these organizations will have, not that it means much, but my seal of approval. I would either have traveled with them, been with them, worked with them in some way, because I want people to spend their time and their money in the best way possible. So I'm going to offer them my thought on things.
Well, you have spent a lot of time doing this for decades, 30 years, so you do have the seal of approval. Mrs. McCain, thank you. And again,
thank you.
Being off the campaign trail works well for you. You're arrested, so thank you.
And thank you for taking a look at Congo.
Certainly.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate your service as always.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again real